This is the Year 2 Executive Summary for SISAQOL-IMI. SISAQOL-IMI stands for the Setting International Standards of Patient-Reported Outcomes and Quality of Life Endpoints in Cancer Clinical Trials under the Innovative Medicines Initiative. It is co-led by the European Organization for Research and Treatment of Cancer and Boehringer Ingelheim. This is the second of 5 SISAQOL-IMI presentations in which we present the second consensus survey, the discussions and re-voting at the second consensus meeting that took place virtually in March 2022, and further discussions and exchanges on SharePoint after the Interim General Assembly that took place in May 2022. To give a small recap, SISAQOL-IMI consists of 41 organizations from 15 different countries organized into 7 stakeholder groups. These stakeholders are academic institutes, industry, non-profit cancer organizations, small to mid-sized enterprises, contract research organizations, regulatory authorities, health technology assessment agencies, and patient representatives. In total, 150 people from these organizations are involved throughout the 8 different work packages on SISAQOL-IMI. Through the work in the 8 work packages, SISAQOL-IMI aims to generate recommendations to standardize the design, analysis, presentation, and interpretation of patient-reported outcome data in cancer clinical trials. In early 2022, a consensus survey was disseminated to all stakeholders that included recommendation statements from 3 of the 5 scientific work packages. Work Package 2, looking at randomized controlled trials, included 22 statements. Work Package 3, looking at single-arm trials, included 17 statements. And Work Package 6, looking at clinically meaningful change, included 7 statements. Each statement was scored on a multiple choice scale from strongly agree to strongly disagree, with the possibility to make comments on each of them. At the virtual consensus meeting in March 2022, the work package leaders presented the results from the survey with their comments and final modifications. Following a general discussion, a second round of online voting was conducted. Minutes from the meeting, all the final statements were posted on SISAQOL-IMI SharePoint with an opportunity for final wordsmithing over a 2-week period. Based on extensive discussions in the second consensus meeting, important issues such as how to handle death and intercurrent events were discussed in more detail in the Interim General Assembly in May 2022. After a harmonization process, the statements were finalized. All 41 stakeholder organizations responded to the survey, and 44 of the 46 proposed statements achieved 2/3 majority. 2 statements from Work Package 2 and Work Package 3 had 56 and 62% agreement. Differences in the responses between stakeholder groups were noted, and whenever needed, we initiated dialogue with the relevant parties before the second consensus meeting. At the second consensus meeting, small changes were proposed in the slides for 33 statements, and additional modifications were proposed for 8 statements. Some of the main points of discussion regarding the recommendations included the prioritization and distinguishing between ideal and practical recommendations, the intention to treat population in randomized controlled trials, the use of minimal in clinically meaningful change, and the handling of intercurrent events in single-arm studies. Building on the results from the discussions and recommendations from the second consensus meeting and Interim General Assembly, the scientific work packages will continue their work with developing additional statements and, if needed, propose some modifications for the existing statements if there are remaining concerns. This approach will ensure that work packages follow a common strategy leading to proposed recommendation statements that we will discuss at the 3rd consensus meeting in May 2023. Thank you for listening.